Hello, all, and welcome. I'm Tristen Cope from the Marion County K-State Research and Extension Office. I am our county's Family Consumer Science and 4-H agent. And today joining me is Erin from the Marion County Health Department. Erin, welcome. So we've been hearing a buzzword called social distancing. Can you tell us today a little bit about what social distancing is and what we can do to help spread the word about social distancing?
Yeah, absolutely. So social distancing is limiting your groups to 10 or less people in your group. It's also important that within your group or wherever you may be, that you're keeping that 6 feet of distance between you and the other person or people with you. This helps minimize the spread of COVID-19.
Perfect. Yeah, very important. Where are some places that we should practice this social distancing at?
Yeah, so some of the places that it's really important to practice social distancing is when you do have to make those essential trips to the grocery store or pharmacy, wherever it may be. It's important when you're waiting in line to make sure you're keeping that 6 feet of distance between you and the person in front of you or behind you in line.
Yeah. What about when you are on walks or if you see people on the sidewalk? Do you need to practice social distancing outside?
That's a good question. First of all, we do want to continue to encourage people to get out, go on walks. That's healthy. However, we do encourage you to walk with family. Don't go on those walks with big groups or lots of friends. When you're passing somebody on the sidewalk, just make sure you're giving each other that little bit of space just to stay safe.
So it's okay if I say hi to my neighbor on the sidewalk. Just make sure I'm practicing that 6 feet of social distance.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Who are some people that we should be practicing social distance with?
So it's important, especially if you have children. We are really encouraging that you do not have play dates right now. It's important to keep those children at home. As we all know, kids are very good at sharing their germs. And so it's just safer right now to not continue to hold those play dates.
Definitely.
Yeah, we also want to encourage people to not meet in groups to go out for dinner or a drink. If you do want to have dinner with friends or family, we encourage you to have dinner over Zoom or FaceTime. You can still have a conversation over dinner. It's just in a little different way.
What a great idea. I love that of being able to still be connected with people, but maybe not be all together at this moment, just because we are practicing social distancing.
Absolutely.
So with that, what are some other things that we can do? I know we talked about Zoom or FaceTime. What's some other virtual ways that we can connect during this time?
Yeah, so I would highly encourage you to get your family and your kids involved in different activities, whether that be a workout class online or a book club online. There's a lot of streaming activities right now for kids online also. Those are all good ways to continue to have your kids involved in activities during this time.
Yeah, I love that. We still have to remain connected to each other, just not physically connected during this time.
Right.
What about for food options? What is my options if I still want to go and get a hamburger or cheeseburger? What can I do there?
Yeah, so absolutely. I would encourage you to continue to support our local restaurants. It is okay if, especially if you are running low on food, use their takeout options. It is still considered fairly low risk to use those options as there are still minimal contact points. Of course, after you get home, before you eat your food, make sure you're washing your hands properly before you sit down to eat.
Yeah, definitely. Great tips. Thank you.
Tristen, I have some questions for you. I know at the Extension office you do a lot of classes for children on hand washing. Can you give us some good tips on how we can have good hand washing and good hygiene during this time?
Of course, yes. So for hand washing, we always want to remember that our hands have germs on them. So the first tip that I want to give today is making sure that we are not touching our face. I know it's very second nature to us just to move our hair out of our face, to scratch our eye, to itch our nose. All of that is very common. So one thing that we can do is make sure we're using the backs of our hands. That'll help to make sure any germs that we are physically touching will not be touching onto our face. Or maybe using your elbow or your sleeve. Each of those practices are going to be safer than touching your face with your actual hands. Another thing that we want to make sure is when we are out in public and getting those essential items from the grocery store or picking up our medicines, is that we're using hand sanitizer as soon as we get into our car and rubbing that in and letting that air dry before we're touching our steering wheel or our phone or our seatbelt or anything like that. And then as soon as we get home, you want to make sure that you are using warm water and some soap and scrubbing your hands for 20 seconds. I like to tell the younger children that I work with to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, or maybe the ABCs twice. And then with the older kiddos or even adults, take a clip of your favorite song. It's usually like the chorus is about 20 seconds or singing the chorus twice. And make sure you're scrubbing on your fingertips there, on the backs of your hands and your wrists and in between your fingers to make sure you're all nice and clean. Then rinsing it off and using a paper towel to dry those hands.
Thank you, Tristen. Those are some excellent tips that we all need to be better at using right now for sure. So some of the reason we're posting this video is we want to create a challenge for you. And we want to see your creative ways on how you are social distancing during this time. So we encourage you to post either a photo or even a video on our link. Each Thursday, we will be looking at all the posts from you guys and picking the one that we feel like is most creative, and we'll actually mail you a prize. Each Friday, we will be posting a new challenge each week. So pay attention to those, and we want to see what you guys are doing.
I am so excited for this social media challenge about social distancing and just seeing the activities that other people are doing. I know sometimes I get stuck in my own routine, and so it'll be really fun to see how other people around the community are practicing that social distancing or just different things that you can do around the house or around your own home.
Thank you, Tristen.
Yes, well, thank you, Erin. I hope you have a great rest of the day and happy social distancing.
Same to you.